Welcome back to Daddy's Garden Show.
Well, it's Baby and Bud. Yeah, it's a moment of truth. You know, last time our seeds
Failed.
well, they didn't fail. They got all tied up in the paper towel. And
Can I open this up?
so let's check. Did they sprout, Bud?
Yes. Well, some of them.
Oh, they did sprout, Bud.
And it hasn't gone through the bottom yet.
Yep, we caught them in time this time, Bud. And even if they did go through the bottom, or were to go through the bottom, we could separate them a lot easier because this is toilet paper. So cool. Got our sprouts going on now. The next step, we can let them go one more day. I think it's been 2 days.
So you think you were going to let them
This is
go
the
one-
second. You know, we didn't, yeah.
You're going to let them go one
We could let them go one more just to get them.
I think that would be good because...
You think so?
Yeah, because it doesn't really look like all of them have sprouted, and even if they have, they're like, they probably have just started. Like these, those barely have even started.
Well, it's cool though that they sprouted. Alright. Well, we'll come back to it. Well, hey, good evening. Welcome back to my little gardening show. We're back. The other night we went down here to check on the sprouts in the Ziploc bags. Everything was looking pretty good. Not quite far enough along, so come back now, day 3. Took a look at things. They were ready to go, so I popped them out of the bags and I'll show you what I've got. So what I've got is little sprouts like this. Everything's kind of balled up here. I'll have to separate these out. So this method worked. It was easy to get them off the toilet paper and everything, and actually planted up my tray here, about half of it. But then as I got about halfway in, I just kind of got frustrated and was losing patience for whatever reason. Trying to fiddle with these, especially the smaller ones. And so I kind of made an executive decision, and that's that I'm just going to, scrap this whole toilet paper method deal this year. I just don't have the patience for it. I know you can relate. I mean, there's times when maybe you had the best intentions or whatever, you started in on something, and you realize that this is insanity. This is not working how I envisioned it, or how it's worked in the past. So what do? You keep going and just trudge on ahead and waste time, resources, whatever else. Sometimes maybe you do that out of love for other people or whatever. But this is something that I'm doing. It's supposed to be relaxing, not tedious, not difficult. And so that being said, I've got a ton of seed, and it's no big deal to throw out more of this stuff. So recognizing that, I went ahead and we're just going to pitch the rest of these sprouts and go back to what is pretty efficient and works pretty quick. So I'll show you what that is real quick. And what that is just planting them in the tray directly. So what I've done in the past, it's worked real well. And the paper towel thing has worked well in the past, but for whatever reason it's just not working for me this year. All I do is just draw a line, with my finger. It's just a little shallow trench basically. Get a handful of seeds, sprinkle them in, put a whole bunch in there, however many, but kind of space them apart. Water them in, take my fingers and just, pinch the ground together, kind of go along, make sure, I've only gone about halfway on this one. Just kind of make sure things are covered. I'm just taking the dirt that's on the ridges and bringing it into the center where I drew the line. Kind of pat it down. There they are. I'm going to water this in, and I'm going to put paper towels over it so that I can water it really quick and deep with like a solo cup water, right? instead of jacking around with this sprayer, you know, trying to get everything saturated, saturate it real quick with the cup, and using the paper towel as kind of a filter so that it drips in and doesn't wash everything out. Got it on the heat. I have my probe in there. In a couple days, we should start seeing some action here, and eventually things will be coming up. And once they're pretty well established, you know, a couple inches high with some leaves and stuff, I'll take my little wedgie tool here, and I'll dig them out. You know, at that point the roots won't be all over the place, but there'll be a good little root ball. I'll have stuff that's probably about that long, sort them out on the table, pick out the best ones, and then redo the tray and space them properly and plant them back in the tray, and we're good to go. So anyway, we'll see how that works out. Again, you know, getting kind of a late start here, but really as long as the conditions are right, this stuff will take off. You know, and oftentimes stuff that you try to plant too early, or it's too cold and all that, ends up getting stunted, or you end up having more problems than not than if you would just wait till the conditions are a little bit better. You know, and oftentimes starting in better conditions, they'll catch up to the ones that have been, you know, started in kind of the crummy, you know, conditions, and be just well established. So that's the plan. I guess that's it for now. Until next time. Happy gardening.